You should see the mess I have over here. It's ridiculous every week. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Micah. Okay, can you lay down? Okay. Hey guys, it's Katie here. I am the Katie behind Katie DeGroff Knits and the Katie Knits podcast. And this is my little corner of the YouTuberverse where I get to talk about all things yarn and fiber related and knitting and just some total randomness thrown in for fun. A big warm welcome if you're new here, and a hey, welcome back to all of our returning watchers. This is episode 9 of the Katie Knits podcast. Kinda crazy. Today from me is Monday, June 2nd, but you're not going to see this until Friday, June 6th, I think it is. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Yeah, Friday, June 6th, you're going to see this. Yeah, woohoo. I had to do math on my fingers for that one. So we're just going to pretend like it's Friday because we have a brand new sparkly pattern. Woo-hoo-hoo. The Never Ending Story Cowl is out. I don't know if you guys are thinking already, like, oh my goodness, this Never Ending Story mosaic stitch pattern is like gonna never end. And it may not. This is definitely not the last time you're going to see it. I do have several other designs planned featuring it, but we're going to run with it because it's amazing. And I'm so happy to see everybody's projects popping up on the Never Ending Story Shawl. It's so easy and it's just wonderful and I love it. So let's get down to some yarny pattern business here. This is the Never Ending Story Cowl. This is the DK version. That is the fingering version. The fingering version is originally designed to be an ode to all those little tiny scarves that you can knit up very quickly and you can put in your hair or you can wrap around your neck or you can do whatever the heck you want with them. And if that is just too small for you and too depth-wise, I mean, you can always add repeats to make it longer and chunkier. There are included instructions for fingering as well as sport/DK. They'd use about the same. And there's also notes in the pattern if you want to make it longer or use a different weight that I don't have listed, or if you do have a larger skull or lots of hair so you have extra space there that you need this to fit over, I have instructions for that too, so I have everybody covered. I tried anyway, let's put it that way. But I am a smaller person, so I don't like cowls that like they hang all the way halfway down my chest. If a cowl is like, if the neckline is like sitting at my boobs, it's just weird and I don't like it. So I have trouble with that. So this does sit up nice, and you can see in this one I had some smaller remnants, and so I decided to stripe it, and I had a ton of testers who did the same thing. They're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to use whatever I have, which is awesome. So countless color options, and you can pretty much use any yarn weight you want, so you're almost guaranteed to find something in your stash, which is amazing. So the Never Ending Story Cowl is out now. It is 50% off until, let me double check, until Thursday, June 12th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Ravelry and Etsy. No code needed as always. Now I'll go over the yarn that I used for these. I did make a third sample, another DK sample. It's not dry yet, so I went and grabbed the blocking mat out of my garage. This is my third sample. This is in Miss Babs Yowza Minis. And good, God bless you, Beasley. Beasley's sneezing. Miss Babs Yowza Minis is fantastic for this. Beasley, stop it. Oh my God. He is rubbing in some Happy Mail. Oh my God. Miss Babs Yowza Minis, we're going to continue, are perfect for this. You could pick up 2 or 3 and easily get at least 2 cowls out of it. They're just great. You can work them up in 2 colors, like I did here. Or I had just a little bit extra of this goldish color, which is called cumin. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it in every, 3 repeats. I'm going to stick a repeat of that in so I could use it up. And something else I did with this one is, don't think I'm going to be able to pick this up. Oh, maybe you can. Look, there's fuzz. That fuzz is from the extra moon glow mohair that I had left over from my secret ingredient mystery knit along this year. I had that there, and I'm like, I really want to use the leftovers, my extra Miss Babs from my secret ingredient mystery knit along. So I do have the remnants from both my samples. And I was talking with a couple testers, and we had the idea to make socks, matching socks with all of the stitch patterns. And Beasley, what the heck? Can I have it? Do you want me to throw this? Are you sure? Really? Okay. Okay. And we had the idea to make socks in all the variety of the stitch patterns that were used in that mystery knit along. But I really don't want mohair on socks. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it doesn't spark a warm fuzzy in me. So I threw it together on here. So I was able to use leftovers from many different things. Do you mind? I'm going to. Do you see what is squeaking? Yeah. And now he's going to come over here. Probably shouldn't have did that because now I'm all disorientated. Yeah. Looks good to me. So you can use a variety. Anything your little heart desires. But for my DK samples, I did use Miss Babs Yowza Minis. And like I said, they're great. They're small quantities of a DK weight. You can go and pick them up. They are going to have all of the original colors that I used, even of my wet sample, which I'm hoping is dry so I can take pictures of it. But I don't think it's going to be dry today. They are going to have all my original colors. They have trios too. So you could pick up easily a trio of Yowza Minis and stripe some, and then the ones that you used as your accent stripe could be your main color on another one, and then just flip the colors around. It'd be great. It's inexpensive. It's not a ton of yarn either, so these cowls typically don't require a lot of yarn, so you don't want to have all that excess laying around. You're much more likely to buy pretty much like the quantity you need. And there is wiggle room there, so you're not going to run out. Ottoman, because now Micah is laying behind me. Oh my gosh. These animals today. At least the big one finally laid down. Okay, back to yarn. This is really interrupting today. And I don't have human interruptions, which normally I have human interruptions. John's out in the garage. The kids went to the park. Ugh. For my fingering sample, again, this is designed smaller, but you could very easily just continue the repeats. That's it, if you want it longer. It is an ode to the little Sophie scarves and the little scarves that everybody loves to knit. That don't require a lot of yarn. They're small. You could even wear this in your hair if you want to. Very quick, very easy. This one, I used Sheep Graffiti Socket Rocket in denim jeans, and baby dragon. If you guys all remember the baby dragon yarn that, oh my gosh, Katie has matching nail polish of and all that jazz. I have the rest of a secret ingredient mystery knit along kit from another toy from the Yarn Club. And I started this to do, like I told you earlier, you are not done seeing this mosaic stitch pattern. I have the idea for a shawl that is just basically going to incorporate this stitch pattern and then the cabled section from this year's mystery knit along, which was secret ingredient. And I started it and I'm like, I kept trying it out and I'm like, this would be a really cute cowl. So that's where the cowl idea came from. Anyway, I am really sidetracked today. This is Sheep Graffiti Socket Rocket in denim jeans and baby dragon. And if you go on the Yarn Club's website, which everything's going to be linked down below, or if you're in the Virginia Beach area, go check out Andrea's store. The Yarn Club, it's on Virginia Beach Boulevard. It's amazing. And she has become an amazing dyer. I knew her before she started dyeing. And she didn't really start dyeing until I left Virginia. And I would be broke. If I was still there, I just would be broke. Anyway, so go to the Yarn Club and pick up some Socket Rocket for yourself. Or any of Andrea's beautiful bases. But this is denim jeans, baby dragon, like I've said a million times. This is the fingering version. This is the DK version. And then I have my wet one back there. I'm going to go put this back on the mannequin because it looks naked. I don't like that. I don't like naked things. We are no longer naked. You want some yarn? Go check out Miss Babs. Snag yourself some Yowza Minis. Go check out some Socket Rocket from Sheep Graffiti at the Yarn Club. Online or in store. Or anything you really have in your stash. Excellent, excellent use of remnants. Excellent. Again, the pattern is 50% off until Thursday, June 12th at midnight Eastern Standard Time on both Etsy and Revelry. No code needed. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, he just laid down on all the Happy Mail. Oh my goodness. He is such a turd. A huge, huge thank you to all of my testers for making this cowl possible. You can check out all of their beautiful projects on Ravelry. There are tons of color ideas. Tons of, I had testers stripe. I had testers use a highly variegated color as their background color. I had them do everything, pretty much. It's awesome. They really did a great job. So go give them some love. And if you're wondering, hey, give me some inspo, they got it for you. They got you covered in spades. So again, huge thanks to my testers who made this pattern possible. Moving on from new release. Oh my gosh, she's sleeping on the yarn. Do you see this? This is ridiculous. Completely and totally unbothered. Like for real, Micah? What the heck? I'm gonna need that here in a minute. I am Wonder Woman. I don't think this has ever happened. I completed not one, not two, but 3 projects this weekend. 3. I don't think this has ever happened before. So my first that I completed, and technically my first was my 3rd Never Ending Story cowl sample. So this I did bind off, and that's why it's still damp, because I'm still blocking it. So that was my first. My second was my Star Island sock test knit for Lauren of Granite State Yarns. She just released this pattern on Sunday. It is on sale. Go grab it. She also has sock sets in her shop to make these. I was drawn to them when she was doing the prototype because I am terrible at making shorty socks. I'm just awful at it. And I have bigger calves, I have bigger ankles. So socks, not all sock patterns tend to look good on me because I'll have a tiny foot where it tends to be baggy if I make it to the width of my calf. And, I just don't like that. So anyway, I was drawn to them. Love them. Go snag them. Seriously. They're great. They're excellently, I was going to say that, and well, I'm going to leave it. They're excellently written. So as long as you read the pattern, there's no questions, which I'll get to that from sock 1 in a minute. When I was picking colors, she has the pattern written for 1 color or 2 colors. I had to be special and I used 4. I got my remnant bin that's on top of this. I really need to learn how to point behind me. That's on the top of this shelf. I got it down and Elizabeth came down and she's like, what are you making? What do you need colors for? So I showed her the socks. She picked them out for me. I did have to swap out. She had a lighter yellow instead of this darker gold, and I wanted a little bit more of a contrast with that. But otherwise, she picked the colors. And it's amazing for using up small amounts of remnants. It has a beautiful rolled cuff, which is super duper easy. Then it goes into this beautiful stitch pattern that is technically 4 rows, but you're really only working the pattern on your main color rows, so there's really only 2. And what I love about it is it's only on the top of the foot, and you will be able to see where you are and where you're going to next in the pattern, so you don't have to keep track of it. It's really awesome. So, and then I decided she has already in there if you want to add this stripe, but I ran out of, I lost at Yarn Chicken with the toe on this one in this gray. So I had to add a toe in gold, which was fine because I was looking at the sock and I'm like, I wish I had a little bit more gold in it. So it actually worked out. And the toe is what leads me to, remember the comment I made earlier? You actually need to read the pattern. My biggest problem, and this has to do with my own patterns too, I just assume my mind knows what is coming next instead of actually reading what's there and following the directions. Yeah, I don't do that very well. Sock, I finished the first sock and I'm like, the toe is super pointy. I have these little ears on my Kitchener. It's just wide. It's weird. I don't like it. Love the socks. Don't love the toe. And when I was working up toe number 2, I realized, you dork, you didn't read the whole pattern. I didn't work enough decreases, so I didn't work enough length to my toe. And if you see, this one is nice and round and great. And this one is just a disaster. It's not really a disaster. It's wearable and it's fine. But it annoys me and I don't like it. So I will be ripping this one out. I put my little marker where I'm going to need to go back to and fixing it. Because I do love these and I do want to wear them. Definitely go check these out. They're the Star Island socks from Lauren of Granite State Yarns. Again, everything will be linked below. But they're great. They're awesome. Use up remnants and whip yourself up a little pair of shorty socks. My third FO, oh my goodness, I need to enjoy this because it's probably never going to happen again, was the second sock out of my Prep Squad socks. These are currently in testing. They won't be out until the end of the month, but I had to whip up the second sock. And when I did the second sock, I also did a bunch of videos on sort of demystifying and breaking down the afterthought heel setup and takedown. There's very limited information in most places. When you work an afterthought heel, they tell you to throw lifelines in or waste yarn to knit an extra row and then pick it up and go. And some people don't even knit that extra row. They'll just knit an extra row in their main color and be bold and brazen and pick it up or cut it. And I'm not that person. So I have a very detailed video showing you exactly how I use and I recommend 2 contrasting colors. One for your lifelines, one for your extra row. I show you how I place them, how I pick them up. You'll be able to explicitly see it in the 2 colors. And then also, for a better fit, I show you exactly which stitches to pick up in your corner. So there's no guesswork, there's no closing holes, and it's a better fit. So I show you all that in a very detailed video. And then I also have another video out of a great stretchy bind off for sock cuffs. So go check those out. And these are the Prep Squad socks that will be out at the end of this month. So I used Hue Loco tweed sock in ash, and then merino sock minis in fuchsia and spearmint. So those are pretty awesome. All right, in dip news, I am making some progress on my shawl featuring Miss Babs Yummy. This is going to be the Infatuation shawl. Won't be out for a little while yet, but I'm actually hoping to have it done in the next couple of weeks and off in testing. Actually, by the end of next week, I would really like to have it done. But features this pretty little feather and fan wave and a very, I'm going to try to get this, but, oh, you can see it. Very simple little dot stitch pattern, and you're just working repeats. So, and of course, my littlest Charm Company charm. He's so cute, my new snail. So, I'm working up him. Really hoping to have him in testing by next weekend. Hopefully that'll happen. It's pretty easy pattern, great for travel knitting. So, I'm really hoping. Gotta get him done. But that is a dip. My next dip is dip/happy mail news. And I'm gonna have to take some of Micah's pillows away. He is out. Completely out sleeping. Like, seriously, dog. For real. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need the shawl that is underneath him completely. He's not even moving. I just took a shawl out from underneath him and he just put his arm down and he doesn't even care. For real, dog? Wish I could be you. So, anyway, back to what I need to talk about. Donna of Red Door Fibers had contacted me. She wanted to work with me again. And the first time we worked together was for this beautiful neutral territory shawl. And this came out, I think, a couple of years ago. I'll have to write it down or mark it down up there. But I used her cottage fingering held double for this. And I wish that I could transport the squish through my phone into you. It's amazing. When she told me she really wanted to work with this base, initially, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't excited about the silk content. I was never happy with anything that I worked with that really had a high silk content, aside from like a mohair, lace, something like that. I'm talking like a fingering or DK or worsted weight, something heavier. Wasn't happy about it, wasn't excited. I got it in the mail, and I started working it up, and it's ridiculous. It's legit ridiculous, the squish. So this is my neutral territory shawl. It's a large triangle shawl that they are held, your colors, you have 3, and they're held double to do a marled fade. And it's a simple stitch pattern. It's a simple stitch pattern that just repeats, and then you decrease, and you're done. Squish, put it on, and go. I absolutely loved it. So she contacted me again. And I had a sketch of an idea. And I'm like, we're debuting it. It turns out to be the last Friday in August. It's going to come out. So around fall time, we're looking at fall colors, and I already have something in orange. So I'm like, can we do something in green? And she didn't have a dark enough green for me, so she custom dyed this beautiful green. It is amazing. It's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It is called Hedge Row, and this is on her cottage fingering, which does have silk in it, and it's just absurd, the squish. This will be in a beautiful texture on top of a fluffy bed of her string of pearls in beautiful loft Surrey silk. Try to stop doing the whole shadow thing here. And her cottage fingering. I'm going to hold these together as a background for the beautiful hedgerow. There is a chance that I swap it out and these guys go on top. I'm going to swatch it out and see. But that leads me to next little surprise with this design. I am going to document, and I get a lot of questions about how much time does it take you to design? What's the whole process? And I think a lot of people who have never designed a pattern or thought about it, they just think that we work something up and then we write it up and we put it in testing and that's it. There's a ridiculous amount of work that goes into it. So I'm going to document every step of the way. All I'm starting with, I have unwound yarn and I have a basic sketch. That's it. Every time I sit down to work with it, or every time I sit down to work on this project, I'm going to document it with a photo or a video. And you guys will get to see. It'll be kind of interesting to see like a cumulative time that I spend on a design too. This is, by my guesstimate, a more straightforward design. So I think it's going to take a little bit less than something more complex. But it's going to be interesting. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on my reels on Instagram and my shorts here, and then I will cumulatively put it all together in a video. It'll be really cool, I think, to see the whole process. So we're starting with a sketch and some unwound yarn, and we're gonna see where it takes us because this is amazing. Oh, it's so nice. Now I see why Micah Beasley was just rubbing his face in the loft Surrey silk earlier. And Micah just is he's still passed out. Like, what the to be a dog. But this is what's going to hop on my needles next. And you will get to see the entire process, which is pretty cool. More happy mail. I'm going to leave the happy mail that Micah's sleeping on for last. Turd. I have some happy mail from the lovely kitties at Eat Sleep Knit. And before I get into this, I want to own my love for them. They are just an amazing company. Everybody that works there, I have been buying from them since it was a little figment in Erin's imagination, and it was run out of her closet in her house. Like, I've been buying from them forever. I did look this up. I'm going to put it up here. It was early. I want to say it was like early 2000, like 10, 11, something like that, when I first ordered from them. And they've just grown and grown and grown. And they have never, ever compromised on their quality or their customer service. They're just amazing. Something you're going to get from them is if you place an order that has multiple skeins in it, they're going to color match those the best they possibly can for you. And I had placed this order originally with a different mohair, but one of these guys, and you can't really tell from here, but it's actually really hard to tell. So the fact that they picked this out was crazy. The only way, honestly, that I could tell with a naked eye which one's different is the yarn labels. The name is in a slightly larger sized font on one of them. But there are ever so slightly more dark spots in this one. So they contacted me and they're like, hey, they only had 4 skeins of this and I wanted all 4. They're like, there's a little, darker spots in one of these guys. Does that bother you? Do you want to change it? They thought, with alternating skeins, it would probably take care of it. But I decided to change the mohair instead. So I changed the color of my mohair. I am going to be holding it all together. I didn't even say what it is. This is all spun right round. And the lovely Renee dyes this in Rochester, New York. So it's pretty cool, near Buffalo, which I didn't even know for the longest time. So, but anyway, she's awesome. The main color is called Treasured, which is this just amazing, like muddy, grouchy green that I freaking love. So I definitely didn't want to change that. And I'm going to be holding together with it Mohair Silk in Sarah Made Me a Playlist. So I think these guys held together with this. I think it's going to be awesome to see the slight color changes show up on top of this. I think it's going to be so cool. I am completely undecided what to make with it. I probably have enough to make a sweater. I may make a sweater out of it. I don't know. Oh my goodness. But I loved it. I loved it. They were running a Memorial Day sale. I had some store credit. Like, I think it's time. I can move over. Oh, Micah went and sat by his window now. Thank you for warming the spot, Micah. Anywho. So, owning my love for the lovely kitties at Eat Sleep Knit. If you have never checked them out, you're missing out. They are an amazing company. They will color match your skeins for you and contact you. If they don't match, they will let you know. Hey, do you want this? Or do you want to maybe change colors or whatnot? They're great. And they have a yarn-a-thon that you can run every year. So you earn yards of yarn instead of actually running, and you can earn some amazing prizes. They're so awesome. So, in every order, you'll get a yarn lotto ticket. You get a scratch off. How fun is that? I should have brought mine down. They just changed the design. I did win on both mine this time. Yay! Super excited. Okay. Now, to the end of the Happy Mail that Micah was laying on because he's a little turd. I was bugging Brandy of the Plucky Knitter ever since she started sort of teasing their new colors. And I'm like, I need those. I am so not a girly girl. But this pink and it's showing up way brighter. This is, I'm gonna maybe I can put it in like a shadow. It's a lot brighter. The light in here, it's blowing it out. But it's almost has a rich quality to it. It is very hard to describe, but it's amazing. It's called Miss Manners, and I got all these on Feet Fingering. And then this sucker, is just like a ball of fun. This is called Pop Rocks. This is just one of those that you're never going to know what color is going to be your next stitch. I got Soda Fountain. And I'm going to show you the back of this, minus dog hair. Then I got Gumdrops. I'm going to try. This is showing up so super light. It's really annoying. There's some green in it and stuff. Super fun. Absolutely love these. My initial thought was to do 2 pairs of socks out of each set and then just reverse the order, but now I'm not so sure now that I have them in my hands. Kind of think these 2 are still going to be socks. Kind of still thinking socks. But these guys, I don't know. Kind of really torn. I've been dying to knit with hot pink for a while. And I'm just so not girly, but I just feel the need to knit with hot pink. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But these are from the Plucky Knitter, and they're all in feet fingering. I'm super, super excited to... I think these are going to sit on my shelf, and then I'm just going to randomly grab them and be like, I'm knitting you today. Have to grab my beverage. We recently got out our Starbucks Wish You Were Here mugs, and we're like, why aren't we using them? So we have them from every place we've been, so we're like, let's start using them. So anyway, that's about it for the Yarny news, dip news, whip news, FOs, because I had a bunch of those this week, and Happy Mail. So now on to life updates. If you follow my stories and my posts on Instagram and Facebook, you will know that as of Sunday, technically Saturday at midnight, John was officially retired from the United States Navy after almost 23 years. We are beyond happy and relieved and excited. He's been counting down for years, literally years. And we all stayed up until midnight. The kids were all in on it. We counted down. He had his little countdown on his phone. And we cheered and hooted and hollered and danced around the kitchen and conga lined around the kitchen table. Yeah, we were excited, to say the least. It's a enormous relief for it to finally be here. It's something we have planned for years and years. And it's here. And we did it. And it definitely, as much as dog hair in my eye, as much as this is a huge accomplishment for him, it is a family accomplishment too. To just get real for a minute, because I feel like I have to. We went and got our retired IDs this morning, and going on base felt different. Seeing all the sailors in uniform felt different. It felt really heavy. Seeing, and you may have a great experience or know somebody that has a great experience in the military, but seeing the lifelessness in everybody was, it's like it hit me. I just have this really heavy feeling about it. But he's out, he's done. We got our IDs. The ID lady was so cute because she was so excited, like congratulating all of us. And her husband has 3 more years, so they're counting down the time. And John got to have his new picture taken with full bush beard, which he has an appointment Monday with a barber, and he's so excited. I told him, like, you need to go somewhere. You need to go somewhere where they know what to do with beards, and you need to get this thing tamed because it can be good. He's been growing it for like 4 months now, and it can be good, but we don't know how to do it. So you need to go somewhere and you need to go have it tamed. So he's very, very excited to do that. And he starts work in a couple weeks. So he's got a couple more weeks of driving me insane. But it's a great transitional period, and it's over. It is over. We came home, we took care of our health insurance, we took care of everything, and now we're just waiting on his disability rating, and we're done. We are done. We are finished. Oh my gosh, we made it. Oh, I'm like fighting getting misty here because it's been a lot. So aside from that, the girls are, by the time you guys see this, the girls will be back in school. So here's to having a 6th grader and a 10th grader. Pray for me. They're good kids though. But this year, part of Elizabeth's regular schooling is going to be driver's ed with mom and dad. Sophia is entering 6th grade, and oh my goodness, she's trying to find hobbies and find herself and her little way of things. But I'm thrilled with them as human beings they're becoming. I think, as parents, number one, we should strive to create a mindset in our kids that they can go out and become something. And especially in this age where, we give participation trophies to everything. Nobody wants to work hard for anything anymore. You work hard, then, you're okay and you're a viable member of society. Don't just take everything as it's handed to you. They're doing great. They're back in school, and they're not happy about that, but it is nice to have routine again. Time off is great, but routines are nicer. So, and my plant babies. Oh my goodness, I have a little video for you of my plant babies. My jalapenos and my tomatoes are outside in my garden, and they've been there for 2 weeks now. And the tomatoes are so much happier outside. I was not happy with them. I was just like, okay, yep, they're going to make a tomato and that's about it. But they like being out there. They did not like being in here. And my jalapenos are just waiting for warm. They need some heat to get going again. But they're doing fantastic. I am still keeping my orchid alive. His new leaf is growing and all the new stems are growing. I have 3. It's crazy. I kept it alive. I did it. I conquered. Go me! Gotta talk about some TV. Before I get into TV, I have to congratulate the MVP of the National Football League of getting married this weekend. Last weekend. Oh my goodness. Josh married the amazing Haley Steinfeld in California, an absolutely beautiful ceremony. And the new Queen of Buffalo, we absolutely adore her, and she's like the perfect, addition. And I cannot imagine how insanely fun the reception had to be. But congratulations to the beautiful Mr. and Mrs. Josh Allen on their engagement and now wedding bliss. Wedded bliss. Can't wait for football to come back. We are under 100 days, people, and way under that for preseason. Oh my goodness. And you guys are all going to get to see the amazing Boys in Blue on HBO's Hard Knocks. So the Bills got selected for preseason Hard Knocks. That's going to be so much fun. Or training camp Hard Knocks, I should say. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I'm ready. It's part of our lives here. We need it. But in TV news, haven't talked TV in a little while. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think that the second half of The Last of Us frickin' sucked. You build us up so high, and in episode 2 you kill off Joel. You bring us so high, and then the next couple episodes were okay. They were good. But then I just feel like I fell off. And I seriously hope that this season 3 is not the frickin' Abby season, because I don't like Abby. I didn't like her from the second I saw her. She didn't even have to open her mouth. I didn't like her. Going forward, and why'd you kill Jesse off? Like, what the heck, HBO? This is HBO shit again. Here we go. Let's trash. We have the viewer audience. We have the loyalty, and we are going to run it through the mud. This is Game of Thrones 2.0. Oh my gosh, I really hope they don't just tank this series. I really hope they don't. Yeah. But, let's see, what else are we watching? Oh my goodness, 1,000 Pound Sisters. We are so Team Tammy in this house. And Amy, it's like Tammy and Amy have like swapped. Like, Tammy's got her shit together. She weighs less than Amy now. Like, she's on it. She's working on every aspect of her life. And Amy, for the love of God, you got bit by a freaking camel. You got bit by a freaking camel. Like, and if anybody needs to know this, if you ever get bit by a camel, FYI, there's a separate antibiotic for camel bites, apparently. Oh my gosh. Only Amy would get bit by a freaking camel. And I loved her family's reaction. Brittany read the text first. Chris's wife, and was like, they all laughed. Like, they got laughed. They laughed. It was awesome. Anyway, so that's cool. Oh, Handmaid's Tale ended. I did not write up notes on this or anything, so I'm just gonna wing it. The penultimate episode left both me and John misty-eyed. We were just like, it was a lot. It was a whole lot. And if you haven't watched it, shut this off, pause it, skip ahead. But when Commander Lawrence said goodbye to Charlotte, it was kind of crazy. You had a weird feeling straight from there. But I didn't think he was going to die. I didn't think that was the end for him. And when he said goodbye to June, I was like, oh my God. That one still hits heavy. Like Nick, he got what was coming to him. He was corrupted. He needed to go. But, oh my gosh. I feel like there has never been another show that has come back for a final season, where the final season made you immediately want to rewatch the whole series, made you immediately appreciate it. It was better than all the rest. Like, it was an amazing final season. I feel like they wrapped up enough storylines, like you kind of have an idea in the sequel that's coming, where you kind of get an idea of the storylines they're going to be talking about and the ones they're not going to revisit. And they set up enough. And I'm left with, I love it. I loved it. I thought it was great. John is pissed because he's like, this whole freaking series was all about Hannah and getting Hannah back, and then they didn't get Hannah back. They're going to address that in the sequel. I'm happy with it. I feel at peace. I feel great. I held off reading the books. I own them. But I wanted to see what the TV show was about first and wanted that to wrap up. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to rewatch it all. I loved it. The kids are all like, can we watch it with you? No, you cannot watch that. No. No. You're not watching that with us, but it's amazing. No, they're going to watch. Finally, we got dates for Stranger Things. So freaking happy about that. I'm going to rewatch all that before that comes out. So they're going to watch it with me again. Hopefully John watches it and he doesn't chicken out. He's a chicken baby about a lot of things. And he literally said one day, he's like, I'm a little bitch about this stuff, the spooky stuff. So yeah. Those were his words, not mine. His words. So a lot of the scary movies or stuff I have to watch by myself. But yeah. Whatever. We'll get through it. And PSA, people, PSA. If you have not seen the new Lilo and Stitch movie, it's friggin' sad. Holy shit. We took the kids because Sophia has been dying to see it. And she loves Stitch. And I cried. I freaking started crying twice. It's freaking heavy. Even Elizabeth, she like looked at me when we walked out of there and she was like, that was a lot. That was a lot for a kid's movie. It's sad. Good movie though. Great movie. And I think it's because it's live action and it's not animated, so there's a lot more emotion in it. It's sad. Oh my gosh. So, okay. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to wrap this sucker up. Go check out my tools video where I show you, and it's not just for knitters. This is yarn tools, so for crocheters too. Go check them out. These are my absolute must-haves. Ones that I explicitly tell you what you should invest in and what I think you can, go cheap on because you don't need to invest in these products. So go check them out. And it is by no means sponsored by anyone. So this is my unsolicited opinion. My wallet is the only thing that sponsored that video. So yeah, go check it out. I also have all my afterthought tutorials made easy. Afterthought heels, that is. Great stretchy bind off for sock cuffs. You can use it for shawls too and whatnot, but specifically I use it for sock cuffs. Be sure to be on the lookout for my progress videos and updates on my collaboration with Red Door Fibers on what is going to be a fabulous pattern. Very excited about that. And go grab yourself the Never Ending Story cowl pattern. It is written for fingering as well as DK/sport. Go check out your yarn. Get your sheep graffiti from the Yarn Club. Get your Miss Babs, Yowza Minis. Go snag a bunch of those. Whip them up. They're very quick. And until next time, people, I hope everybody has a great, it's going to be 3 weeks till we see each other again for a podcast. So I hope you guys have, hope the weather's treating you well, and happy knitting, everybody.